the process of sexual reproduction, a sperm, the sex cell of the male, and an egg, the sex cell of the female, unite and merge their genetic information. This creates a fertilized egg. Pregnancy is a series of events through which a fertilized egg implants, becomes an embryo, and develops into a fetus. The resulting offspring carries genetic information from a male and a female into a new generation.
The baby in utero reveals to us how we evolved on Earth. And scientists have realized for a long time that the little developing fetus looks extraordinarily similar to other creatures in the very early stages. So it looks, for instance, very similar to a little tadpole to begin with. Then it looks like a little fish, and it has gills. We do not have lungs at that stage, we have gills. Then we look like a little reptile, and we grow a tail, and so on. And about 10 weeks already, so very early on in utero, the baby looks completely human and is completely human, and then from then on it just grows and grows until the 9 months is over. So I was trying to show that this process, in my opinion, is a sacred process. It's not something to be ashamed of at all. And it shows that we are connected to all creatures, that we come from Earth, and that all of the Earth's creatures are sacred. In simple life forms began, as you may know, in the waters of Earth. So I put rivers of gold around that. And that is one of the first little fossils of a creature that had feathers. So it was called Archae for ancient, Optad for feather, Archaeopteryx, an ancestor of birds. It was in fact a little reptile. It had teeth, strong legs, and it used to jump up trees on strong legs and glide on gliding feathers, quite primitive ancient feathers.
You chose the first creature to take flight.
Yes, exactly. And why I did that, I did it instinctively. And I've learned as an artist really often obey the instinctive feelings, because often they're wiser than if you do it academically, yeah. You know. And so I trust them. And so that's why I did it. And of course, when I look at something like that, I don't think of death or something. I think it was a sign to us. It's left a little sign there in the limestone where they found that fossil of how the Earth actually produced birds, you know. And to me, it's all part of a revelation, actually.
Great Spirit of the West, you of our dreams and our darknesses, be with us in our ceremony today as we enter these spaces. Aho, mitikuyo yesan. We might have a difficult childhood where things happen, and so therefore we build walls around ourselves, or there's this piece lost, and we never manage to actually get to the space where we can be in the fullness of ourselves because of this. We help this energy, this piece of frequency that has been left, to come back into the body so that it can be more whole again. We are beings with frequencies. We are beings with energy, and our energy is going to fall down and shatter when we go through things that are painful and shocking. It's my work to go with my guide to that place and get those pieces, or that piece, and bring it back and blow it into you, so that to help you integrate it so that you can feel more well and alive again. It's a very beautiful work. It's very poetic. It's creative. I never know what I'm going to have to do before I sit in a session. My guiding spirit, the person's guide.
1, 2, 3. This is too big to eat. Has it been raining for a
2
week
months.
now? 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. My friends,
3 days.
No.
my friends
rain.
were hiding behind
One day
there
of
when
cloud.
we were inside the house.
Huh?
They said,
They was hiding. Jesse.
come,
And my daddy said,
come.
Jasmine, come inside.
You never shout at anyone. That,
How many times must I ask nicely? I can ask nicely 5 times and then I
then you
have to shout.
Yeah. Don't shout.
There's always been a feeling of helplessness that I can't change a situation. So I looked inside to see where did that start in my life. And it made me see that it started very young in my childhood. We need to be careful around children. I think a lot of people are just behaving in the most awful ways around children. And they're looking and going, oh, is that how I must behave when I'm an adult? You know, because
When I'm upset,
when I'm upset, then I can do this because my mother reacts in this way or my father reacts in this way. So we really truly are their guides. But right now we are imposing all the time onto their sacred space because we're not seeing them as individuals. We see them as they must do what is right now for us, you know. The child loses that sense of individuality and power over what is going on in their world. And in that time we lose that sense of we can actually guide our own path. And so we become very disempowered by those actions that are imposed on us by elders, not only parents but at school and in all hierarchical relationships.